The activist and former First Lady of South Africa, Graça Machel, has blamed parents for contributing to child marriages. Machel says girls are seen as a commodity for financial benefits. Our former First Lady is among a panel of experts discussing ways of ending child marriage and of empowering young women around the world. The event is taking place in Cape Town. Statistics suggest that South Africa recorded over 200 child marriages in 2021, with 188 children taken as brides.
Girls are not seen, valued as full human beings. It starts in the family when parents believe that they have the right to decide about her life, to decide about their future, and somehow they believe they have the right to exchange girl for something which is material, as if she's a commodity. I think that's the first thing which we have to be aware of. We can have all the laws, we can have all the institutions, we can have all the structures, we can have our agenda of advocacy, but we have to remind everyone that a girl is a full human being.
The global philanthropist Melinda French Gates focused attention on the need for equal treatment for boys and girls.
And what we have come to know now, finally, gathering the information, gathering the statistics, is not only a family better off when their daughter is actually empowered because she goes on to be healthier, wealthier, her children are healthier and wealthier, but it empowers the community. And guess what? It empowers a country and a society. So we act as if these are either-or situations. Will I invest in my son or will I invest in my daughter? No, we have to invest in both because guess what? Both make better societies for us as a world.
Meanwhile, former First Lady of the U.S., Michelle Obama, called for investment to help prevent child marriage. She highlighted keeping girls in education is important, as girls at school are less likely to marry.
And so they need leaders like us and like all of you, people who have access and power and, yes, money. We heard in the last panel, the funding structure for these issues is weak. Giving grants out in a year or two, people deciding, oh, do I want this and is it too expensive? Not supporting these leaders that are out here struggling at the grassroots, making them live off of pennies and dimes and over-reporting them to death. I'm talking to the funders and the people with money in the room today because we're here to shed light on the fact that it doesn't cost that much to fix this. But it requires much more than we're doing. All of us, our governments, our individuals, we should be doing more. The girls are doing everything in their power. They're showing up. They are ready to do the work. The question is, what are we going to do? And how quickly and how sustained will be our investment? This is not a game. This is not just a trip. It's not just a nice way to see a bunch of fancy women. We are talking about investment.
Nasiphi Same at the event for us. She joins me now. Nasiphi, good afternoon to you. What message coming through from some of the most powerful women in the world?
Well, Stephen, a collective push from the panel to end to end child marriage. And basically, the trio is fresh off their visit to Malawi, where they engaged not only organizations, but young girls. We heard the former First Lady of the U.S., Michelle Obama, not only lamenting that funding is not enough. However, she highlighted that the solutions to these challenges that not only Africa faces, but the globe in its entirety lies in, rather the answer lies with the girls. Saying that, having engaged with some of them, she realized that the answers are there. It's just that people are not listening. She also goes as far as saying that there needs to be equality. Treating girls the same way that young boys are treated. But they also highlighted the disadvantages of having young girls being married at such a young age, the hindrance or the obstacle of early pregnancies, and also a lack of access to education. So basically trying to dismantle early childhood marriage, or young or marriage for young girls. But also saying as far as that, politicians or even lawmakers in these various countries where child marriage is a problem, that not only do they need to band together, not only implement the policies and laws, but more needs to be done in giving an ear to the young girls and finding those solutions that will be long-lasting, of course.
Is there a sense, Nasiphi, that people in charge actually understand the severity of the problem? I mean, this is one of these problems that everybody needs to be involved in, and everyone in society needs to play a role.
Indeed, a whole of society approach. I mean, the panel also highlighted some of the challenges that South Africa also faces, which intertwine with, young, or rather marrying at such a young age. They were highlighting that over 200,000, if not million, globally, young girls are married before the age of 15. So quite concerning. And also looking at other challenges, such as, access to education. You find in some countries, girls do not have the same access to education and other amenities as compared to boys. So it is indeed a whole of society approach, but also highlighting that patriarch or even culture and tradition also sometimes becomes a hindrance when it comes to dismantling this, saying that as much as, one could highlight to young women or even hear them speaking about how important they are, it is also quite important for society, including families, to see the importance of young girls as much as they see the importance of young men in society, and them playing an active contribution in making society better.
Nasiphi Same, live. Thank you very much indeed. Do appreciate that.